Kurinji Senior Secondary School, CBSE, Namakkal.
Successful result producing school in state every year.
Administered by the Board of Directors with over 35 years of experience in the teaching field.
Special attention on art, craft, music, dance, silambam, yoga, skating and karate.
Focus on Hindi Sabha and Spell Bee Olympiad exams.
Smart class for effective and innovative learning and well-furnished library.
Solitary importance on sports and games in state and national level.
WhatsApp facilities to know activities of students and school inside the campus.
NEET, JEE, IIT coaching experts from Rajasthan and Andhra Pradesh along with our effective teachers.
Admission registration for classes LKG to +2.
Kurinji Educational Institution, Kavetipatti, Namakkal. Admission in progress. CBSE, KG to 12, contact 9025895176. Metric 6 to 12, contact 9344567484. For online admission, log on to www.kurinjischoolnkl.in.
In continuation to the last class, in this class we will discuss two problems. Problem number 23 and 24. Okay, right. With this class, we will complete the current electricity, numericals also, and we will finish the entire portion, 12th portion, theory, example problems, and exercise problems, and additional exercise also. Okay, right. See here. First, we will see the problem number 23, and then we will go for problem number 24. See here. A figure shows, this is the figure, observe carefully, right? This is the figure, you please be observe carefully. It is what SL, and it is the resistor, it is also resistor, but it is, its value we don't know, that's what we are going to find. It is also resistor, but here, this is okay, it is R, that's value they have given, 10 ohms. But this they didn't give, that we have to find, and it is what a plug key, so you can make or you can break the circuit. Suppose if you close the plug key here, suppose if you close the plug key here and it is open means, it is closed means the current will flow in this circuit through this resistor. Suppose if you open this and if you close this means the current will flow like this. That is the arrangement we have because of these two plug keys. And it is as usual galvanometer, and to measure, to determine the direction of flow of current and to measure the smaller value of current in the circuit. It is again one more cell, and it is a wire of potentiometer AB, and it is like a jockey. So you can see, this is what you can, if you want you can touch the wire, otherwise you can remove. You can see, you can drag this jockey on the wire, on the potentiometer wire, that is AB. Okay, so please observe the circuit carefully, and now listen the question, what he is saying and what he is asking to determine. Figure shows a potentiometer circuit for comparison of two resistances. So we are comparing R and X. Comparison of two resistances, full stop. The balance point with a standard resistor. R is equal to 100 ohms. The balance point with a standard resistor R is equal to 100 ohms is found to be 58.3 centimeters. 58.3 centimeters, while that with the unknown resistance X, which is 68.5 centimeter. So both are that is what balancing length or balance point, but he is changing the resistance value, that's we have to understand. The balance point with a standard resistor R is equal to 100 ohms is found to be 58.3 centimeters, while that with the unknown resistance X is 68.5 centimeters. Full stop. Determine the value of X. What might you do? Determine the value of X. What might you do if you fail to find a balance point, if you fail to find a balance point with a given cell epsilon, with a given cell epsilon, or sometimes you can also assume as E. So what is the question? Determine the value of x. Determine the value of x. What might you do if you fail to find a balance point with a given cell epsilon? Okay. See, this is the circuit they have given, and it is the information he has given, and based on that he is asking what is the value of x, and he also added some of the information to determine the value of x. That is what might you do if you fail to find a balance point with a given cell epsilon. Okay, right. Here first we are going to write the given data. R, that is what 10.0 ohms. Okay, it is not 100 ohms, but sorry for this. It is given value is 10 ohms, 10.0, 10.0. R is equal to 10.0 ohms. And here it is the same thing he has written, right. Next, L1 is equal to 58.3 centimeters. X is equal to question mark. X is equal to question mark. And L2 is equal to 68.5 centimeters. L2 is equal to 68.5 centimeters. It is L1 for R, and it is what X regarding the 68.5 centimeters. Okay. So from the theory, so what we already discussed regarding the potentiometer experiment, that is what to compare the EMF of two cells and to determine the internal resistance of a given cell. Okay, right. Anyhow, see here, let epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 be the potential drops. Let epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 be the potential drops across R and X, across capital R and capital X respectively, and capital I be the current in potentiometer wire. Let epsilon 1 and epsilon 1 and epsilon 2 be the potential drops across R and X respectively, and I be the current in potentiometer wire. Then what can we write? See this, epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 is equal to Ix by IR, right. V is equal to IR, no, so it is the potential difference. Ix by IR, I will get cancelled. The answer will be like X by R. But epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 is equal to L2 by L1, that's we know. So from the theory or from the derivation, we know. So you can equate these two, no, X by R is equal to L2 by L1, or X is equal to capital R into L2 by L1, capital R into L2 by L1. So when it is L2 by L1, you substitute the R value, L2 value and L1 value, so that you can determine unknown resistance, that is X, which we got it as 11.75 ohms, okay, which is the unknown resistor value. X is equal to 11.75 ohms, right. See the information. If there is no balance point, it means potential drops across R and X are greater than the potential drop across the potentiometer wire EB. We should reduce current in the outside circuit. That is what, because of reducing the current in the outside circuit, what will happen? Potential drop across R and X, and hence potential drop across R and X. See, by reducing the current in the outside circuit suitably by putting a series resistor. So by putting a series resistor, you can reduce the current in the outside circuit. You know that I is equal to V by R. I is equal to V by R. See, once again I am going to repeat this theory what they have given while concluding the problem. If there is no balance point, it means potential drop across R and X, potential drops across R and X are greater than the potential drop across the potentiometer wire AB, across the potentiometer wire AB, we should reduce the current in the outside circuit by suitably joining or by suitably putting a series resistor. Okay, right. So in this problem they have given one circuit, that is what potentiometer circuit. Regarding that, there are two cells and two resistors and two plug keys, and it is the galvanometer and it is the potentiometer wire. Regarding this circuit, regarding this electrical circuit or potentiometer circuit, is for comparison of two resistances, that is what R and X. Here itself they have given the balance point with a standard resistor R is equal to 100 ohms is found to be 58.3 centimeters, while that with the unknown resistance X is 68.5 centimeters. Right. So there are two things. One is what the balance point with a standard resistor R is equal to 100 ohms is found to be 58.3 centimeters, while that with the unknown resistance X is 68.5 centimeters. Full stop. Determine the value of X. Determine the value of X. What might you do if you fail to find a balance point with a given cell epsilon? Okay. So first we have tried the given values now. So we have written, and then we know already this information from the theory. That is, and because of the I in the potentiometer, you can write epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 is equal to epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 is equal to, this is what Ix by IR, that is I will get cancelled, that is equal to X by R, but epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 is equal to L2 by L1. See, this is what we are not getting this one from here, this is from, that is what according to the given information, but this we know, that is epsilon is directly proportional to L, so that epsilon 2 by epsilon 1 is equal to L2 by L1. So now we can equate these two now. X by R is equal to L2 by L1, R over R, X is equal to R into L2 by L1, that is equal to 68.5 divided by 58.3 into 10, that is equal to 11.75 ohms will come. Now we have to conclude with some of the information according to the question. See here, determine the value of X. Determine the value of X. What might you do if you fail to find a balance point with a given cell epsilon? Right. Very interesting question. See, if there is no balance point, it means potential drops across capital R and capital X are greater than the potential drop across the potentiometer wire AB. We should reduce the current. We should reduce the current in the outside circuit suitably by putting a series resistor. That is the solution for the given problem here. Right. It's okay. Determine the value of X means it's okay. That's what we determine, and which is 11.75 ohms we got. It's okay. But what I am saying is, after that he added some of the information. That is what if you fail to find a balance point with the given cell, for that you can say this is the information. Next problem, that is problem number 24. See here, figure shows a 2 volts potentiometer. Figure shows a 2 volts potentiometer used for the determination of internal resistance. For the determination of internal resistance of a 1.5 volt cell. Figure shows a 2.0, that is what 2 volts potentiometer used for the determination of internal resistance of a 1.5 volt cell. Full stop. The balance point of the cell in open circuit is, the balance point of the cell in open circuit is 76.3 centimeters. 76.3 centimeters. Right. Now, when a resistor of 9.5 ohms is used, in the external circuit of the cell, the balance point shifts to 64.8 centimeters. 64.8 centimeters length of the potentiometer wire. Determine the internal resistance of the cell. So while explaining the previous problem 23rd, I told you, so we are using the applications of potentiometer according to our syllabus. One is to compare the EMF of two cells. You can compare the EMF of two cells and then you can determine the internal resistance of a cell. Here, if you see that, if you observe carefully, in the previous problem, we determined, we used the concept, the idea of comparing EMF of two given cells. But here, in this problem, that is what in the current problem what we are in a discussion, we are going to determine the internal resistance of a given cell. Okay. See this. This is what problem number 24. The figure shows 2 volts potentiometer used for the determination of internal resistance of a 1.5 volts cell. So here there are two things. One cell is providing potential difference, that is 2.0 or 2 volts. But another cell which is potential difference of 1.5 volts or 1.5 volts, but for that cell we have to determine the internal resistance. Okay, that is 1.5 volt. The balance point of the cell in open circuit is 76.3 centimeters. The balance point of the cell in open circuit is 76.3 centimeters. When a resistor of 9.5 ohms is used, in the external circuit of the cell, the balance point shifts to 64.8 centimeters. 64.8 centimeter length of the potentiometer wire, full stop. Determine the internal resistance of the cell. So we have to determine what is the internal resistance for the cell which has 1.5 volts, which can create 1.5 volts potential difference in a circuit wherever we connected. Okay, see this. Now, see here. First, observe carefully the circuit what they have given, which is 2 volt cell and which is 1.5 volt cell. This is the potentiometer wire AB, and it is the 9.5 volts. 9.5 ohms resistor which is going to connect to that circuit, additionally, and these two are the positions of galvanometer at two different situations. When there is only cell 1.5 volt cell, when there is no resistor of 9.5 ohms, then it will be the position, and when there is a resistor which is going to join, then it will be the position of the galvanometer. And what is the galvanometer means? That's galvanometer is a device which is used to measure or to determine or to know the direction of currents, and they can also measure the small amount of current with the help of galvanometer, which is sensitive when compared to the ammeter. Right, see this. Now we are going to solve the problem. First we have to write the given things. Here L1 is equal to 76.3 centimeters. L1 is equal to 76.3 centimeters. And L2 is equal to 64.8 centimeters, right? Say it is L1, 76.3 centimeters. That is what the balance point of the cell in open circuit. But when the resistor of 9.5 ohms is used in the external circuit of the cell, then the balance point shifts to 64.8 centimeters. That is L2. Please try to identify the difference between L1 and L2. Okay, L1 is 76.3 centimeters. L2 is 64.8 centimeters, and R is equal to 9.5 ohms. Now, the formula for the internal resistance of a cell by potentiometer method. The formula for the internal resistance of a cell by potentiometer method is small r is equal to capital R into L1 minus L2 by L2. That is equal to 9.5 into 76.3 minus 64.8 divided by 64.8, that is equal to 9.5 into 11.5. See, you do this subtraction, mathematical subtraction. So which is 11.5. 5, and in the denominator as it is 64.8, in place of 76.3 minus 64.8, we have written, right, we have written 11.5. So if you first you do this multiplication in the which is in the numerator, and then you just divide this value, whatever the value we are going to get because of the multiplication 9.5 into 11.5, and then divide with 64.8, so that you are getting the value approximately 1.7 ohm. So 1.7 ohm is the internal resistance of a given cell. That is, given cell means what? 1.7 ohms is the internal resistance of a cell which has 1.5 volts, which has, this is, for this cell we determine the internal resistance, that is 1.7 ohms. Okay, right. So once again you look at this problem. So this is the circuit they have given ma. In this circuit it is 2.0, okay, 2 volts. Representation 2.0, but anyhow 2.0 means the value is 2 only, no? So 2 volts. It is the cell which provides potential difference of 2 volts in a circuit, and one more cell is there, that is what, a cell of 1.5 volts. According to the question, he is asking to find the internal resistance for a cell which can provide or which is providing 1.5 volts potential difference to the circuit, and it is the potentiometer wire AB. It is the potentiometer wire AB. It is A and it is B. Okay, right. Now here we are going to add one more resistor. It is based on the situation, right? It is depends upon the situation, but this also we need to consider. Without considering this, you can't solve the problem, no, because according to the question, he added, he is adding, he added. See here, see this. When a resistor of 9.5 ohms is used in the external circuit of the cell, the balance point shifts to 64.8 centimeters length of the potentiometer wire. Determine the internal resistance of the cell. Determine the internal resistance of the cell. So it is the circuit. It is the circuit. Okay, right. Figure shows a 2 volts potentiometer is used for the determination of internal resistance of a 1.5 volts cell. The balance point of the cell, the balance point of the cell in open circuit is 76.3 centimeters. When a resistor of 9. It is a full stop here. Next continuation. When a resistor of 9.5 ohms is used in the external circuit of the cell, the balance point shifts to 64.8 centimeters. 64.8 centimeters length of the potentiometer wire. Full stop. Determine the internal resistance of the cell. What is meant by internal resistance? The resistance offered by the electrolyte present in a cell. So whatever it may be, we have various types of cells. You know, electrolytes are available in different forms. Available in solid. That is what ordinary battery, ordinary cell we are using in our torchlight, right? Similarly, liquid electrolytes also we have. Even gaseous electrolytes also we have. So we don't bother about whether the electrolyte is solid, liquid or gaseous. That is not the matter here. But I am talking about the resistance offered by the electrolyte when a free electron is moving. When electron is moving, you know, definitely for the glowing of a bulb in one electrical circuit or for the working of a particular device, either to measure or to give or the conversion of energy, whatever it may be. So definitely there should be some cell, right? That is what the conversion of energy, no? Okay. So what I am saying is, to complete the circuit, definitely the electron has to move. Electron has to flow through the electrolyte. So when the electron is moving through the electrolyte, you know, the electrolyte itself opposes the motion of electron. So that's what simply we are calling it as resistance. And this is to distinguish or to separate this from external circuit. We are calling this one as internal resistance, right? The actual resistance which is present in the external circuit is resistance or external, that will be different, right? Here Internal resistance means resistance offered by the electrolyte to the flow of electron. Okay, right. So first we have to write the given values, L1 value, L2 value and R value. After completion of that, okay, by using the formula small r is equal to capital R into L1 minus L2 by L2. Otherwise you can write L1 by L2 minus 1. L1 by L2 minus 1. So that is equal to 9.5. Whatever the value they have given, 9.5 into 76.3 minus 64.8 divided by 64.8. So that we are getting through that completion of mathematical calculation, we are getting the approximate value, that is 1.7 ohms. Okay, right. So with this class we completed the entire portion of second year, theory and example problems, exercise problems and additional exercise problems also. Okay, right. Thank you.